Doug, I came to see you because you have self-published some books.
Indeed.
And you're about to get published by a publisher.
Yeah.
I know this is something lots of people dream about doing. You were a writer, but talk me through, where did you start? What's hard? Any tips?
Self-publishing is hard, and somebody once said to me, I think 95% of people write a book, only 5% ever complete the book. So you have to be very disciplined about that. My first book probably took 7 years to write. My second book took me probably 12 months. And the one I've written just more recently probably took me 6 months because I decided to concentrate on it and make a proper job of it. But getting self-published is a great way, don't get me wrong, and there are lots of super tools out there using CreateSpace and using Amazon's resources, what have you. So that is, you can get your book published and you can get it there, and there's nothing better than seeing a published book with your name underneath it, and you can then, if you want to, just sell it and give it to your friends and hope somebody out in the marketplace will buy it. If you're going to be serious about it, you have to work very hard at marketing, and that is self-publishing's biggest drawback. You have to do the marketing, you have to build up a following of readers, you have to go onto sites like Goodreads, you have to go onto Amazon and get people to give you good critiques for your work, and that's how you get known. So if you've never been used to doing any publicity of your own before, and I had the fortunate thing that I was in the marketing publicity business, so I know a little bit about it, but I found it difficult.
And how did you find your publisher? Did they come to you?
No, I went to them, and you can get a book called the Writers and Artists Yearbook. It has all the agents and publishing companies in it. You need to look at it very carefully because getting published is difficult. I've been on a number of courses with Bloomsbury. I remember going to one in London, and this lady agent was there, and we're a group of probably 20 wannabe writers, all with scripts either written or half written. And this lady says, oh, well, we get about 12,000 submissions a year, audience, she says to us. And if we accept one new writer, we're lucky. And because the rest of us have all sat there with our faces falling, thinking, why the hell are we here? So you have to realise it's a very competitive marketplace. There have been great successes with self-publishing. Some of it, I mean, 50 Shades of Grey is a classic example because sex sells, because the book is terribly badly written. It was full of typing errors, you wouldn't believe it. But that lady who wrote it has obviously made buckets and buckets of money. But those are the exceptions rather than the rules. And you can write a damn good book and it can be ignored or missed. And you have to understand the genres, people who are reading these books, mostly it's women. And when I ever go to publishing events, it is only 80% of the audience are women and 20% are men. So we are slightly, and the other fact is I'm old. And a publisher would look at me and they'll think, oh, where's Doug? How many books has he got in him? When they look at me, I think, probably not that many.
Oh, I
so
think you've got a lot more.
am I worth investing in? So that's another thing.
Okay, and come on, we should give you the freebie back. Give us the name of your books.
My books are called the Windleton series. The first one is called The Windleton Absurdities, and the second is called Windleton and the Bavarian Incident. And they are comedic crime novels. They're set in Yorkshire in an imaginary town, and it is about the characters in this town. It focuses around a bank manager who decides to rob his own bank and all the implications. And it's set in a time of when small communities there was deference. And in that way, it's rather like Dad's Army, that the bank manager was somebody you touched a cap to, and the doctor and the lawyer and the town clerk were all people of importance. So there's a lot of pompousness, a lot of secret lives and things going on under the surface, which is what the Windleton stories are about. But they're very funny. People have read them, and they say they're in the genre of Tom Sharp. I've never read a Tom Sharp novel, but he says you write rather like Tom Sharp, Doug.
Well,
we'll have to go and buy the books and make our own view of that. Thank you, Doug.